Hi and welcome everyone to SecTalks Ninja Night number 7. This is the Sydney chapter of SecTalks where we're very glad to have you with us. You probably all know why we're here. Hopefully you've already got your team and you're ready to play some CTF. All right. What is a CTF? If you're not aware already, is usually a hacking challenge or an information security challenge of some description. We run the same format every time we do these, and these are just fun challenges to test your skills in CTF and in information security. Like always, we have a beginner challenge, which should be a bit easier than a main challenge, which is obviously a bit harder. And would like to thank our sponsors as always. PwC, they usually supply our venues as well as Google, SecDim and Atlassian. Obviously, today we're bringing it to you online, which is good because now we can make our events global. The agenda for today, where the welcome, which is this, Jason is going to present the past CTF solution. And then the player registrations have already happened, but we'll go into that as well. So the CTF is a computer security challenge. There will be some kind of weaknesses. There's a designed solution for these challenges, which are kind of built into the challenge. And the flag is what you'll find. That's kind of the solution to the challenge. That's the format there. SecTalks, and then in curly braces is the actual flag. That's what you'll be submitting into the platform, which we'll also go through. So the Ctf Dashboard will have where you can submit your challenges and actually get the challenges and the description. So this is where you'd usually register. We believe that all the teams have already registered as well. Just let us know if you're a late entry into, so we can make sure you've got a team. But we already have all of the teams set to go, but you can join at any time. And these CTFs you can also do at any time as well. Pedram, do you want to go into how the teams are going to work for this session?
Oh, yep, sorry. Yes, once you go through it, I will cover that. So in terms of teams, we have generated 2 teams for the people who did not have a team and they want us to assign them. So we randomly did generate them, and you should have received an email from us. So if you have already set up, if you have already filled up that Google form with your names and your email address, you most likely have received an email from us with the details of your team. If you haven't received that, please either email us, or if you are on a Slack, ping one of the organizers. And if you are already have a team on that Ctf dashboard, the link that you can see on the screen, please just go ahead, log in your team, and just be ready, and the challenges will be published once we're ready to start the game.
Perfect. Thanks, Pedram. So the format for tonight is this is going to go for 60 minutes. And the first team to solve it is essentially the winner. And that team is actually invited to not only present the solution next time, which we do these monthly, but also come up with a new challenge for the next CTF. So as usual, everything we do here is community-based, and we get all our challenges and all our talks and presentations from the community. And yeah, if you find them really, really easy, if you're doing the beginner one, then definitely go on to the main one as well. And don't submit the flags in the chat, submit them only in the Ctf dashboard. All right, here are the rules. We're going to have this event going for 60 minutes. If no one gets it, you can submit flags at any time during the week. And hopefully by the next time we'll have a winner. But if we do have a winner within the 60 minutes, we'll actually announce that on the stream as well. We can also give hints if we believe that it's not that no one's going to get the challenge. So you can keep an eye on the stream for the hints as well. And there down the bottom you can see these rules again. There's also a Slack channel. If you want to join our Slack channel for any networking, you can just email sydney@sectalks.org. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the Slack channel or in the YouTube channel. And here's your team. Stefan and myself, Sadiexa and Kat are hosting tonight, as well as Pedram. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Greg.
We'll go over to Jason for the solution.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thanks, Greg. And just before we move on, we had two challenges from last time. Both of them got solved. We have Jason, which we'll talk about one of them, and then Bart shortly after that. So the one of the challenges was called New Horizon. It was a forensic category. And the other one called the Manifesto Cipher, which, as you can expect, was a cryptography type challenge. Once we go through the solution, we will come back and talk about the challenge for the tonight's session. All right, so up to you, Jason.
Okay, thanks for that. So yeah, I'll be talking through the forensic challenge from last week that was called New Horizon. The challenge was an Android app, an APK file. It was a fun little Animal Crossing themed app. The situation was that someone had lost their boarding pass for a flight to Nook Island, and we had to go and locate it for them, given the APK file for the app. For anyone who hasn't looked at Android apps before, an APK file is essentially just a zip file. So you can open it with like any archival tool. I don't know if you can read this very well, but what I'm getting at is the content of the zip file is in bytecode format. So as it is, it's not going to be readable by a human. So what I did to get started with this challenge is I used a tool called APK tool, which basically goes into an APK file and disassembles the bytecode into an intermediary language that's more readable by humans. So just do that quickly. To decode, output to New Horizon. So that doesn't take very long. That'll quickly just decompile the bytecode. So this process with APK tool, there are a bunch of other tools that will do this kind of thing. APK tool doesn't give you Java code back. It gives you an intermediary language that we call Smalley. But yeah, if we look into the New Horizon directory that I would have just created. Wow, this font is probably not very readable for you guys. That's okay. So there's a Smalley directory here that has all the code for the application. So if we go quickly into the directory where the code is, there's a couple of classes that you generally look for. Main activity is the class that'll run when an Android app typically starts. It'll run the main activity. In this case, we're interested in the sub-activity class that's here. So I'll just quickly open that up. The font is more readable here. So it's somewhere between the bytecode and something that we can read. And just scrolling quickly through, you'll notice a reference to ac.pdf over here, and up above there's another variable that has a really long base64 value. It's a very long base64 string. So essentially what I did is just copied that string out and just decoded it. I use CyberChef usually to decode things like this. So we just put the base64 data into the input, drag in now from base64, and we can see that it's there's a PDF header at the top of the data. So I can just quickly save that out as ac.pdf. At this point, we could probably just open up the PDF and see the answer. There are other tools that we could use. If I just quickly, So I like a tool called PDF Stream Dumper because it gives you a quick view of all of the streams in a PDF file and actually allows you to dump them all in a deflated format. So in a PDF file, the streams are usually compressed, so they won't be readable if you opened it in something like a text editor or something like that. But this tool can just save all the decompressed streams out. Sorry, let me just do all of them. Save all decompressed streams. And they've just dumped out to my downloads folder. At this point, I kind of just opened all the streams in a notepad just to see what's in them. Sort of quickly flipping through all the streams. And eventually I came across this stream, which if you've looked at different image file formats, you'll quickly recognize this is a JPEG file. So then all I did was went back to my downloads folder, renamed this to a .jpeg. And then you can see the boarding pass with the flag in the image. As I said, you probably could have just opened up the PDF file and seen the same thing, but we don't know when we're analyzing these things. We don't know if the PDF might be malicious or something like that. So it's always best to sort of take a look at all the streams, in my opinion. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much, Jason. And Jason also created one of the challenges tonight. I think the challenge called Floppy, which you guys will see. And yeah, if we need any hints and help, he will be here to help us as well. We also have Bart, who helped, actually solve the other challenge. And I want to welcome him to go through to his solution now. Hey, Bart.
Hey guys. Hi, everyone. So I probably wasn't as adventurous as Jason, so I put some slides together. But at the end, I'll jump into a demo and I'll just show you how to solve it. If it doesn't work, then I have a slide hidden at the very end with a screenshot of the solution anyway. So that should be fine.
Hey, right. Okay. So, sorry, your audio was cutting out for the past 10 seconds. So,
okay. Yeah. No. Sorry, my bad.
That would be great.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like me to repeat?
We couldn't hear anything. We couldn't hear anything.
Oh my.
Go ahead.
Okay. So maybe I'll just start quickly from the beginning. So. I wasn't as adventurous as Jason. I literally just kind of put slides together with my thought process. So I'll walk you through all the ways I was kind of thinking. This is probably what it is, and it turned out it wasn't. All good?
All good, all good. It just sometimes it's choppy. I don't know what is it, but just go ahead.
I promise you I'm not doing anything here. I'm not messing with you. Okay, so I put everything in big images. So if someone has bad resolution, then you can still see it here. And basically, you see these numbers, right? You've got 243 space and 1 space 451. And so first, what I thought, what kind of crossed my mind, was that this is a very short cipher. You know, if you think about some advanced ciphers, right? They would be definitely longer because of some padding, so that even if the the plain text is short, the blog would be probably larger unless there's some kind of stream cipher. And that's kind of the first thing I thought of. And look, I'm no cryptography master, you know, in any way. But that was the first thing that crossed my mind. And then I thought, you know what? Sometimes when I look at some malware, something that tries to encode things and hide things, when I see numbers like this, like 243, I instantly think they're probably equivalents of.
There's definitely internet connection here. I hope he comes back.
has a plugin for that, or a recipe, right? So when I tried that, I instantly got an error saying, data is not a valid byte array. But I wasn't thinking about it I didn't think about it too long. I didn't get discouraged easily. I was like, well, maybe I made some silly mistake. I tried to fix it in Python, right? Surely Python will know better. So, so I wrote like literally 3 lines where I saved this string as a variable A. Then I split the items using a space, right? And then I converted them into a character. And it worked for the first character, worked for the second, and then broke on the third. So I was like, well, why is it not working? And then I realized there's a number 451. That's the third one. And that's obviously beyond the ASCII code, which is 255 is the maximum value. Because, 0 is counted in as well, right? So I was like, okay, so that can't be that. I started scratching my head, and then I was like, you know what? I should probably unlock the hint. And it's 5 points. I don't know what's 5 points, but I don't like giving away my points, right? So I was like, well, I'll try anyway. So once you click on the unlock hint, you get this text. Can you see a pattern in the numbers? So then I was thinking, well, okay, I can see the pattern. Obviously, there's like a big number, then small number, big number, small number. So then I kind of lined them up nicely. In just a list. And I started to wonder, well, is there any correlation between the big number and the small number? So maybe I need to divide by the small, or maybe that's the number that I should take the bit, or like a byte, or I don't know, instantly started thinking, well, how do I correlate the two together? And also, if we look at this small number, they go 1, 0. So 0 is the smallest. There are no negative numbers. The biggest is 7. So overall, they're not very big. They're mostly zeros. Maybe, you start thinking about all of these different things, right? How can I correlate the two? How can I figure out what it is? So then I was like, you know what? Why don't I just try to Google the bloody thing, right? So I type in manifest cipher, and I started scrolling around and looking on the internet. And funny enough, I came across a very similar challenge. And in fact, I came across a solution, which is pretty bad, right? Because it kind of gave away all the fun, but it wasn't quite the solution. It kind of gave you an idea of what it probably is, but it wasn't the whole thing. So it was still fun. So here's a screenshot of what it looked like. Basically says, hey, go to Hacker Manifesto. There's a link to the FRAC article. Use the book cipher with the manifesto as the key to decrypt the message. And I was like, book cipher. Hang on a minute. I know book cipher. I mean, I've never done anything with book ciphers, but it kind of rings a bell, right? So where do we know book ciphers? Well, we kind of know them from films, right? Hollywood, baby. So I just Googled book cipher to see, okay, so how, what different implementations are there? So I can kind of try to piece together what these different numbers mean. And I remembered from films that it's typically some kind of word in a book, and it's, and then there are stories of how, on the US dollar note, there might be some hidden numbers that you can correlate to, whatever, right? One of these stories in films. And in reality, well, funny enough, the top 2 links that you see, the first is Wikipedia, that just explains briefly what book cipher is, and if you click, obviously, it gives you more information. And the second link was a super, super useful decoder for breaking book ciphers. Well, not exactly breaking, but it helps with decoding. And that's what I wanted to show you, right? So that's what it looks like. It literally asks you to paste in the text that you're going to be using as a cipher, right? The book cipher. Then the code, and then they say, hey, you can put multiple numbers. It can be 1 number, 2, or 3, and you separate them with a colon. And then at the bottom, you just select, what's the first number, what's the second number, what's the third, and it will try to do the magic for you. So that's the time for the demo. So let's see if that works. I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't, but let's try. So that's the page. I'll zoom in so it's a bit bigger. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit more. Yeah, okay, cool. So obviously we start with the FRAC magazine. So I'll just grab that guy here. We paste that in. Then what I had to do was take the cipher and just introduce those colons And in the interest of time, I already have that prepared for me, of course. So I'll just grab that. So I paste that in. And then we can see that the results are not quite what we're expecting. So we probably need to play a little bit with these. So as you can imagine, the first number tends to be very large. Even 451, that's a very, very large number. So it's probably a word that we're looking at. And funny enough, we're starting to get some letters here at the bottom, the result. The second number is, well, it can be a word again, right? So it's probably the character in each of the words. So we go for that, and we start getting some characters, but not all of them. And at this point, I was like, well, this really should work. I don't understand why it's not working. Maybe I should go back to my Python and start recreating this app again in desperation. And that's when I scroll down and I realize, well, the numbering starts at 1, but I have a lot of zeros. So maybe that's where I need to tweak it. So if we're 1, and what I mean by that is that these numbers, both for the word and for the character, they start at 0 rather than at 1. If I tweak that, look what I got. Hackers be manifesting. And that was the flag. So there you go. Once you know the answer, it looks very simple and quick, but it took me probably 3 hours to figure it all out. All right, so that's all for me.
That was very interesting. Thanks. And I don't know, for some reason, I didn't want it to have my face always here right next to your face, Bart, but anytime I was removing myself from the screen, your audio was just chopping. So that was something to learn.
It's probably a good thing I had slides then.
That was a good. Thank you very much. So we also have Steph who just joined us, and he will help us to. But again, thanks, Bart. Again, he will be around. I guess we can find him on the Slack channel, or if you have any other question, follow up. We also have Steph just joined us, so he will help to go through the challenges for tonight. Just to answer to one of the comments, we have the flag for the tonight's challenges was not in the audio, so that was not it. The challenge is different.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bart and Pedram. So for tonight's session, I'll be planning on releasing 2 challenges. One is a forensic challenge, and one is a binary exploitation / reverse engineering / code auditing challenge. So you're given the source code. I think we're ready to go whenever. Is that right, Pedram?
Yeah, we should be good. I just checked the registration form, and I just see one new name, but apart from that, I guess everyone has got their teams already assigned and logged in. Anyway, if you have any issues, just let us know. And for this, the last person who just joined, I will follow up with an email and with their team name. Yep.
Yeah, cool. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start opening up these challenges. So there will be 2 new challenges on the leaderboard, on the CTF panel right now, and I'm gonna start a timer. So good luck, everyone. And feel free to ask questions either in Slack or on the YouTube stream, and we'll be watching that.
Yep.
And time's up, everyone. Am I live now? Yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, so hope everyone found that to be fun. We had a no solvers for the floppy challenge, unless anyone came in last minute, not that I can see. We did, however, have 4 teams that solved the David CTF management platform challenge, so well done, everyone. The winner or first solver was K17, followed by MacShack, followed by Team F, and followed by I Like Ramen. So we'll be in touch to congratulate you, and also if you have any challenges you'd like to create, we would strongly recommend you to create one, and strongly appreciate that as well. And if you're in the winning team and would like to present your solution next time, please keep that in mind as well. We'll ask you about that as well. So yeah, hope everyone had fun. And by the way, with regards to challenge creation, if you didn't solve any challenges this game but still have challenge ideas, please feel free to contact us for sydney@sectalks.org, because we're always looking for challenges. So yeah,
definitely.
Run.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to also say thanks both Jason and Bart and David. Jason and David for creating the challenges for tonight, and Bart and Jason for the solution that they presented. Yeah, nothing much. Please stay tuned. We are also going to have a session coming up next month, and the details of that will be published soon. Yeah,
Yes.
not much from me. That was all.
Yeah, I don't really have much to follow up on either. It was fun to see people working through these challenges, and also on behalf of me, thank you everyone that's presented and helped out making challenges for tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much. See you guys next time.
Yeah, see ya.